Fellow hobbyists, collectors, and prey heads alike, I want to welcome you to my channel, Predator Collectibles. Now in today's video, I have to be doing something very special, and that's going to be a tour room of Mr. Matt Broyles. Thanks, Matt. I really appreciate you bringing in my collection room, or your collection room, actually.
No problem.
So my collection room, you guys already know and what it looks like, but I decided, you know, I want to come here and see my own subscribers' collection, what they have. I know most of you leave comments about what you have, but I really want to see them, so I came here into my own neck of the woods, about 3 hours away from where I live, to visit Matt. Now, why Predator? What made you collect Predator?
Just the different varieties of them, just the looks, the colors, you know.
Different paint schemes,
yes.
Different sculpts.
Yes.
You know, that's actually really interesting because even with aliens, I cannot collect aliens because one way or another, they're all going to look eventually the same.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a different alien yet out of each film. Unlike the Predators, every single movie is coming with a different Predator character every single time.
Yeah.
So that's actually really cool. Now, how long have you been collecting?
Well, I've been collecting for about 3 years now.
3 years.
Yeah.
Now, I happen to notice out of the 3 years, you mainly focus on action figures. What persuaded you to get just figures?
I guess where I was when I was a kid, and I was really poor and couldn't afford the toys, and my mom and dad couldn't, so I decided to try to do it now. So.
Okay. So the figures you feel are more affordable, they're easier to find, or?
Some of them are easy to find, some of them's not.
Yeah, that's true. I think in regards to the Kenner and the NECAs are getting way more harder to find. I know you at home probably are going to get bombarded with the Serpent Hunter. I can't find it. Unless you don't want to pay like $60 or $70 for it, which I think is astronomically ridiculous. But with me as a child, I started off with the Kenner figures, and that's usually what helped spark my interest in Predator. So it was the NECA, and then it was from there the glued micro machines, and then I didn't get into these guys until around 2010 with the new movie, Rubber Regus Predators. So your first figure was a NECA figure, though.
Yeah. Well, I started back in '98 when the first Kenner Predators come out. It was around '96, somewhere around there, wasn't it?
They started off around early 90s, like around 95, 94.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I started off around then, and then I had to sell them all off to feed my family, and then my nephew went to San Diego Comic-Con and got the NECA scar, and then it all started.
That was the glowing, cloaked scar with the red pyramid.
Yes.
Okay.
And then my nephew came and he went and got that for me at San Diego Comic-Con, and then it all started from there, and then it turned into this.
Okay, so you've always had a fascination with Predator, with the Kenner figures like me, but unfortunately you had to disperse, and you didn't get back into it until NECA came along.
Well, until later on, and then my kids started moving out and going their own way and stuff, so.
That helps financially, I'm sure. So, what was your main, let's see, scheme or plan, but what was it exactly you saw in your head with this collection room?
I wanted to make it a comic shop. I love comic shops and stuff like that, and I wanted to make it similar to that, but then it turned into not a comic shop, a figure shop, so.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, as far as what you pertain to the most, what is within your budget, and that's what I encourage you at home to do. I don't expect you guys to go out there and get a bunch of Sideshow and cool props or even XM or Prime 1.
Mix it up.
Yeah, mix it up. Do it art prints, figures. I know that sometimes with the limited edition Sideshow pieces, they're only 500, where these are still mass produced.
Yeah.
So are still readily available even at cons, and I think this is a really cool collection. I don't have as many NECA figures I think as you do, but me and Matt did discuss prior to this interview or showroom, I probably would need something way bigger than this to show off my collection, but that I promise will come to fruition hopefully sooner or later. Now, when you got enough NECA and Kenner, how did you find the Kotobukiya figures?
Now my friend Mark had, well actually I had like 3 or 4 of them already. And then I met my friend Mark online at the Kenner and, let's see, the Alien vs. Predator Kenner on Facebook. And we started talking and he sent me those and I started collecting them from there.
Okay, so this Alien vs. Predator Kenner, this is a Facebook group?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll leave a link down in the description for that particular group if anyone is interested in developing or perhaps adding more to their Kenner collection, or if you by any chance want to start a collection of Kenner figures. I do highly recommend it because that is a childhood, dream of both mine and Matt's. That's what we usually start off with. Now, just looking at the room, you have autographs as well. How did you obtain those?
Now, I started talking to White Weeds. I was trying to find out where he was going to be so I could get an autograph. And then I actually got in touch with his wife and we started talking and I bought a bunch of their stuff too. So.
That's cool. I appreciate that because I think even White Weed would appreciate that because you're supporting an artist, and I think that's what I also encourage on this channel as well. Now, also you have a couple of Minimates, but not as many as I probably would expect. And
no,
these are
no.
$10 a piece. How come you didn't get more of those?
Well, I don't know. I'd rather have these here than I would those right now.
These are about $30 a piece.
I'd still rather have these than I would those.
That's cool. Now, out of all the NECA figures, would you say that cloaked Scar San Diego Comic-Con is your favorite because it was your first? Or do you have a much more preferred favorite in your collection?
I really like the Scar, but my son bought me the big red up here.
The 7-inch one?
Yes, and that's really important to me. And then my daughter bought, well, it's not a NECA, but the little metal Predator over here.
Oh, okay. So I'll actually show you here real quickly. So this is actually one of these. You've probably seen these on eBay a little bit. These little metal Predator statues that are welded together in order to form a character. I actually do think that's really cute. How she was able to come across that?
She got that for me on Father's Day up at the island in Gatlinburg.
Oh, okay.
Well, Pigeon Forge.
Pigeon Forge.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I do like these. I've actually thought about buying this myself just because of the artistry behind it, or artistry. But it's hard to determine exactly what it is unless you really good look at it. So to me, I think that's pretty neat.
She couldn't figure it out at first, but it was.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But you knew exactly what it was when you saw it.
Well, my wife knew what it was, and then they bought it and then surprised me with it.
Okay. Now, you also have McFarlane figures. How did you get into McFarlane? Or which step came first? It was NECA, Kenner, McFarlane, Kotobukiya?
I'd say it was probably NECA. Since I started collecting again, it was NECA and then the Kenners. And then I think it was the Kotobukiya. I think it was those. And then I think also then it came along the McFarlane's.
Okay, so McFarlane was the last line that you started picking up?
No, the Haya was the last
Hayas.
The Hayas was.
Okay.
The Haya figures were.
The Haya figures I think are pretty cool. But simple as they are, I'm going to try to wait on getting more of them. Because that Crack Test Predator, as you know, is definitely going to yank on my wallet until he's finally shipped in July. I have to say though, Matt, that your collection room has definitely come along. I know you probably have a little bit much more improvements to make. And you do have a comic book rack, which is going into your comic book theme with even the desks.
Yeah.
How did you come across the rack?
Now the rack I come across on like a Facebook yard sale.
Oh, okay.
And I contacted the lady and she sold it to me. I think I got it for like $25, and then I decided to start all my extra Predator comics and Alien comics. I started just putting it in there.
Now, are you by any chance a Funko Pop fan? I'm not a huge fan of them, but
Just the Predators.
yeah, me
The
too.
Predators.
Now, are you going to get the Hikaris, or are you going to just stick with the Funko Pops?
I'll probably just stick with Funko Pops.
Because I was actually thinking if you're going to probably, I was looking at the space, and based upon how you're seeing it at home, based on the depth that he has, are you in any way, shape, or form afraid that you're not going to be able to buy anymore?
No.
Okay.
I'll keep buying.
Where are you going to put them?
I'll find some shelves. I'll take that stuff out of this other room here, put it in there.
Okay. Not start knocking down walls. That's
Yeah.
one way of doing it. The wife may not be happy, but see, with me, I want to try to get a house of my own because that basement's going to be needed. The entire square footage of the house. That's just my collection, how big it is. So I do appreciate it, Matt. I think you have a fantastic collection, mixture of everything that is action figure based. I know you also have some comic books as well.
Mhm.
Do you prefer reading more of the comic books to help motivate you to buy more figures, or is it kind of the other way around?
It's probably the other way around, the figures, and then that's what got started me, getting the comics. I think just my son, I think he brought me a few of them to start out with, and then it went from there on that too. So
Okay. How many comic books do you have currently?
I probably got about 200.
200? And would you say you have every single issue, or do you
No.
have more so duplicates?
I don't have a lot of duplicates. Most
Okay.
of them's just singles. Which I have a duplicate of the Spain Predator, the first issue, and it's sitting over here to the side. But
Okay. Now you also have Legendary Encounters, you have video games. That doesn't really fit in with your figures, so why'd you buy the games?
Now the games I got from my friend Mark. He also sent it in the box that I had bought from him, and just whatever Predator, anything
Okay.
Predator
Whatever's in the
related.
box is what you got.
No, just anything Predator related. I just want to bring down here and put in my collection.
And that's pretty much what I do, except for the model kits. I don't do model kits. Are you a fan of the model kits, or are you gonna try to get away from those?
I've got one. That's about it.
Same here. I didn't even open it.
Yeah, mine's not open either.
I can't paint. I can't put it together. So I just figured I'm not gonna collect model kits.
Now my brother wants to open it and paint it, so I'm gonna
Oh,
let
wow.
him. I don't know. I might. He wants to. So
Is he a good artist?
yes, he's really
Okay.
good.
Well, I'll say buy another one, see what he does with it. That's pretty much what I would do. Just as a test fitting to see, like I have the Protos Games 6-inch statue that's raw casted. I think you've probably seen it on my video. And if you haven't seen it yet, I'll put a link right up here for that review. But I can't paint, so more likely I'll just glue it together and just put it on display.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, because I mean it's still a fantastic statue, but I can't paint it. So much intricate detail even at 6 inches. I don't even know how people are doing 7-inch.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Don't get it at all.
I appreciate it, man. So Matt, I want to thank you very much. I love your
Thank
collection. If you guys by any chance want to see more collections, I'll try to see what I can do by stopping by your neck of the woods. So leave me a comment if you want me to see your collection, as well as hit that subscribe button, as well as bell notification. Thanks to Matt and thanks to you, and I'll see you next week for another video. Happy hunting.